Top 7 Best CPU for Streaming in 2022. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or particular use, we have got you covered. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 7. Intel 9th Gen Core AMD 9900K processor. Need excessive processing power enough to run your games smoothly while streaming on various platforms? Check this Core AMD 9900K monster processor that comes with 8 cores and 16 threads. This processor performs far better than other high-end CPUs by Ryzen. The base frequency of this processor stands at 3.60 GHz, which can be boosted up to 5.0 GHz for extraordinary performance. This CPU is ideal for multitasking, streaming, gaming, and even video editing because of its high processing power. The processor features the same number of cores and threads as Ryzen 2700X, but the performance of the AMD 9900 is far better than Ryzen because of its better single-core performance. It has a 16 MB L3 fast cache memory to further improve its performance. The solder thermal interface material, STIM, is used in the production of this processor that helps to prevent excessive temperatures. Number 6. Intel 9th Gen Core i7 9700K processor. This is another high-powered 9th Gen processor by Intel Core that features 8 cores and threads. 9700 processor has a base frequency of 3.60 GHz, which can be boosted up to 4.90 GHz for turbo performance. The processor is one of the best Intel CPU for streaming and gaming for 4K gaming when combined with a decent GPU. The processor also features a 12 MB Intel Smart Cache memory to enhance the overall performance. The heavy games that require a lot of data processing in the background will benefit from this CPU. However, the gaming performance of this processor is pretty good, but it still lacks multitasking. Due to just 8 cores, it will not be able to carry heavy tasks smoothly, such as video editing, etc., but it works fine for 1080p streams and 4K gaming when combined with the GPU. The processing speed can be further pushed to its limits with the help of Turbo Boost 2.0. Number 5. Ryzen 9 3900X processor. New streamers often look for something that provides value in return for their spendings. If Ryzen 3950X was quite expensive for you, then you can consider 3900X from Ryzen 9 series that offers value for the money. This is another M4 socket processor with multitasking capabilities. It features 12 cores and 24 threads, which are quite decent if we compare its price with 3950X. The base clock frequency of this processor is up to 3.8 GHz with a max boost clock capacity of up to 4.7 GHz. The cost of Core AMD 9900K and AMD Ryzen 9 3900X processor is almost the same, but this particular processor is better for streaming purposes because it has 50% more cores and threads than the Intel processor chip. However, the Core AMD 9900K last-gen processor is still ahead in frame rates, but Ryzen takes the game in the multitasking area. The Ryzen 9 3900X is not as good as its later model, which is 3950X, but it's still value for the money, while 3950X is a little expensive. Number 4. AMD Ryzen 9 3950X processor. If you are looking for the best Ryzen CPU for streaming and gaming, then nothing can beat AMD Ryzen 9 3950X. The AMD Ryzen 9 3950X features 16 cores to guarantee its unbeatable performance. The higher clock speed and 32 threads on this processor are specifically made for heavy performance, whether it's streaming, editing, or gaming. Moreover, it smoothly runs almost all your streaming software, including OBS Studio or even Twitch's own streaming software. It runs on an M4 socket that further makes it a better choice over other processors. The socket allows them to be used with PCIe 4.0. The game cache enhances your gaming performance and frame rates with a fast 72 MB cache capacity. The game cache is an on-chip memory that boosts your game performance by 100%. The processor is based on a 7M Zen 2 architecture, making it a better and quieter choice for gamers and streamers. You can easily pair a liquid cooling system with your Ryzen CPU to keep temperatures down while enhancing the overall performance. The max boost clock capacity of this processor stands at up to 4.7 GHz, which is quite decent when paired with its 16 cores. The lone cache memory of this processor is 1 MB while the L2 cache stands at 8 MB to ensure faster processing. Number 3. Intel NNE 12900K. The latest addition to the 12th generation Alder Lake of Intel's processors was announced back in November of 2021, coming in at a price of $850 on Amazon. The NNE 12900K has been thus at the forefront of much criticism. In this article, though, we will be looking at the gaming aspect of it. Having the usual 16 cores might be unsurprising for many, but they are divided into 8 efficient E cores and 8 performance P cores. Intel has also finally decided to abandon the 14nm in favor of the 10nm SuperFin node. More cores mean more speed bandwidth. Power usage on this isn't that awesome though, but it has a Y11 prerequisite for it. Let's get into the meat and taters though. The P cores can clock at a maximum of 5.3 GHz, which is yet another advantage for serious gamers and streamers looking for something awesome. It also might be one of the key characteristics that will be beneficial for Intel in going against AMD Ryzen 5000 that had been pummeling them for quite a while. Number 2. Ryzen 7 5800X. If your pockets are not deep enough to buy a top-of-the-line processor but you still want to stream your favorite games on Twitch or other channels, then Ryzen 7 5800X is probably a budget-friendly and performance-oriented choice. This processor is based on Zen 3 architecture just like other flagships from the Ryzen 5000 series. It features a number of 8 cores and 16 threads, which is good enough for multitasking and streaming at HD viewer stream quality. If we compare the benchmark scores of Ryzen 5000 series with some other top-notch processors by Intel, then Ryzen seems to be a clear winner, where AMD Ryzen 9 5950X takes the trophy with the highest multi-core points, while our budget-friendly Ryzen 7 5800X still manages to win the 6th spot, which is pretty impressive at such price point. The base clock frequency on AMD Ryzen 7 5800X falls around 3.8 GHz, while the maximum boost capacity is up to 4.7 GHz. The processor is unlocked, and users can overclock it by using AMD Ryzen TM Master Utility to keep it optimized. Number 1. Ryzen 9 5950X. If you want a top-of-the-line processor for streaming purposes, then AMD Ryzen 9 5950X is a go-to-beast option. The Zen 3 architecture of 5950X take its performance to the sky, as previously seen in Ryzen 5 5600X and AMD Ryzen 7 5800X. This processor also matches the performance of Intel's flagship gaming processors, and it even beats Intel in some scenarios. The 16 cores and 32 threads make AMD Ryzen 9 5950X the top model in the whole 5000 series, making it a superior choice for pro streamers. The base clock frequency of this processor falls at 3.4 GHz, which can be boosted up to 4.9 GHz to maximize performance. Another considerable point is the TDP of this processor, which is just 105 W. It was expected to be higher, but AMD manages to keep it compatible with some low-end yet popular motherboards such as the B450 and A520. So guys, that's all for the top 7 best CPU for streaming in 2022. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.